See, you starting to piss me off because you think you're untouchable, but you need to get humbled. And I hope I see it in the next episode. Hello everybody, let's watch Roma TV. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reviewing Baddies Midwest episode 21. 21 episodes on this long ass season. I can't wait for it to be over because I just want to watch the reunion at this point, but we have another episode coming next week. Hopefully it'll be the last because I really want to see the reunion, girl. So anyway, let's get into this review. So the episode starts off with the baddies getting off the boats. You know, they just docked. As we saw last week, they went parasailing, so the boats just docked. They got off the boats, and Ahna and Summer, they're going at it. They're arguing, shooting shit at each other, water bottles, whatnot. Then we see Biggie and Nunu going at it over their stupid petty beef that Ahna decided to bring up again. I don't know why she decided to bring that up. It had nothing to do with her. But, you know, this is the same girl yelling at Summer, talking about how Summer don't know when to mind her own business. She always inserting herself in other people's business. But look at her. And of course, no one calls her out when she does it because she a OG. So anyway, the OG baddies go in their sprinter. The newbies go in their sprinter. You know, some people are still arguing. But Rolly decides to be the voice of reason for once. And, you know, she sees Biggie, you know, she's a little annoyed with Nunu. You know, they just had their argument and whatever. Nunu's still popping off. And, you know, Biggie, she can't really argue or fight. So, you know, she's a little annoyed with Nunu, and Rolly is just like, girl, don't even worry about it. If you ain't gonna fight her, don't even worry about it. Don't give it no attention. Let's just spark this blunt and keep it pushing. And I'm like, wow, for once, Rolly is more focused on having fun and not instigating a fight. Wow, this is growth. So then they walk over to Natalie's sprinter, and Natalie said that she wants to get some gelato. And I'm like, okay, that's what's up. And Rolly's like, girl, I want some dick-a-lato. And I'm like, oh. Man, in that house with all these crazy bitches running up and down, yelling, screaming, fighting every 2 seconds for, what is it, a month and a half? Girl, I bet you want some dick. And Rolly, where's your security boy toy that you smashed? He's off this season? He's not working? What's up? Where he at? So next we see some of the newbies getting their gelato with Biggie, Tinka, and Tasiki. And they're just discussing the parasailing activity that they just did. Tasiki is telling some of the girls, because, you know, not everybody was on the same boat. You know, everybody, you know, they had 2 boats and whatnot. So Tasiki is just telling the girls that were not on her boat, you know, all the drama that happened. You know, bitches was throwing heels and whatnot, yelling, screaming. The boat almost tipped over, all kind of crazy stuff, girl. And then Tinka decides to ask Nunu what's the situation with her and Biggie. And Nunu's basically explaining to Biggie, like, look, girl, when we fought and I said, let's hug it out, I wasn't trying to be your friend or anything. I was just trying to, you know, dead the situation and keep it pushing because, like, we already fought. Like, we don't need to keep having beef with each other. You know, we fought. Let's just hug it out and just keep it pushing. And, you know, I understand that. And, you know, I can respect Nunu for that because, yeah, if you guys fought and, you know, you got your issue out, you know, why not just hug it out and keep it pushing? You know, like, why not? Well, you guys want to keep beefing over the same stupid petty situation? Like, no, like, you know, on some grown woman shit, keep it pushing and hug it out. But Biggie's whole thing is, oh, well, you know, when me and you had our issue and then you decided to jump in that other beef. And I'm like, what? Biggie. What issue did you ever have with this lady? You never had no... Listen... Biggie is delusional. She just created this imaginary beef with her and Nunu. You never had no beef with this lady, okay? Nunu had beef with Ahna because Nunu decided to jump in Ahna and Mariah's beef last season, Baddies Caribbean, and they already fought about that at the reunion. You decided to jump in their beef, if anything, because you felt embarrassed because your ass got bitch slapped by Jo twice at the reunion and you didn't do shit about it. and you feel embarrassed. And you know you can't fight J.O., so now you want to come after Nunu with your bitch ass. Girl, please. Bye. Next caller. Oh, and Biggie, you never boomed new shit, okay? Oh yeah, we already boomed your shit. I punched you in the face when you walked in. You did not do anything, Biggie. You were missing all your punches. You look like you were swimming. I think Ahna landed more punches than you, and she still didn't do no damage. You guys didn't do. You guys couldn't even get her wig off. I can't even say pull hair whole time because y'all couldn't even do that. Easiest thing to do in a fight is snatch a bitch wig off, and y'all couldn't even do that. Sad. And this might be a little off topic, but this hairstyle that Biggie got going on, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I like her with it, to be honest. She's very pretty, and I like that she's going for the natural look, but Biggie, she got a weird shaped head, and from the front, she looks nice, but when they show you her head from the side, like her side profile, she just looks like an egg. I don't know. I think she could have chosen a more feminine hairstyle, if you ask me. So anyway, back to Nunu and Biggie. They don't really like get anything resolved. Nunu is just telling Biggie, you know, you're the one who jumped in my shit and you're telling me you don't know what I'm on. And Biggie's just looking at her like all clueless, like a deer in headlights, like she don't know what's going on. And all the girls are over it. Like nobody wants to hear them argue and go back and forth anymore. So Tasiki's just like, yo, if y'all ain't gonna fight, let's just drop it, dead it, and move on. And that's exactly what they did. So next we see Rolly and Ivory. They're eating their gelato outside the gelato shop, and they're joined by Summer and Big Lex. So Rolly asked Summer what exactly was the drama that happened on her boat. They start talking about that a little bit. Natalie joins them, and then we see Jela, Ahna, and Scotty. They enter the scene with their gelato. And you see what happens next? You see this little broomstick in a fishnet, Chihuahua barking ass, Napoleon syndrome having ass little bitch, this scary little bitch decides to do. She sneaks Summer, okay, Summer's back is completely turned to her. She sneaks Summer, snatches her wig from the back, and slaps her gelato in her face. Such a bitch move. Actually, the first hit she actually missed. I don't know how you sneak somebody and still miss, but yeah, she missed the first time. But yeah, that was such a bitch move. Like, how do you like? And she really thought she ate with that. She really thought she ate with that. Like, you get no cool points for that, Ahna. Such a bitch move. Boo, tomato, tomato. And Anna's whole reason behind doing what she did was, oh, what was all that shit you were saying about me and Scotty on the boat? What was all that shit you was talking about us? And I'm like, what did she say about you and Scotty that has you so pressed? Whatever she said, I feel like it was a real low blow. Like she really struck a nerve. Whatever she said, she really struck a nerve, because you not just press, you press. Like, you're really, like, you're mad. Like, she hit below the belt. That's all I know. I don't think it's anything that Zeus can air, but I feel like it might have had something to do with the pepper, because we all know Scotty and Ahna, they're like sister wives, sister concubines in crime. So, think it has something to do with the pepper. Just my little speculation. Oh, and Ahna, you never got snuck. Summer never snuck you, so stop the cap. Summer looked you right in your face and bitch slapped you. It's not her fault you weren't ready. What Krishan say? Stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. Okay, you was up in her face, hands in the air, you know, talking all that rah, talking to her like she was your child. You know, I don't know how you didn't expect her to not hit you. Like, if I was talking to anybody the way you were talking to Summer, I wouldn't expect them to not hit me. I would be ready and waiting to catch that punch. Okay, like, hey, you want to be up in someone's face, raving your hands in their face, talking all that rah, be ready to catch some hands, because what do you think this is? You talking to this woman like she's your kid. Like, this is a woman with kids. So anyway, Summer was more concerned about her wig getting snatched than she was about getting snuck. Anna's there waving Summer's wig in the air like a damn kite. Big Lex is pissed, as she should be, because her friend just got snuck. Anna's still running her mouth, like the little chihuahua she is. Scotty's telling Summer, oh, don't worry about what I got going on. And I'm like, what does she mean by that? And I'm telling you guys, Summer clocked their tea on the boat. Scotty and Ahna, she clocked both of their tea about the pepper. She called them out for taking the same pepper. I'm telling you, it's not making sense. But anywho, Natalie tells them they gotta go. I guess because they have a booking to go to. I'm not sure. But she decides to walk with the trio. Summer, Dolly, Big Lex. And as they're walking off, Ahna has the audacity to say, oh, Summer, you look hungry. You look desperate. You're classless. And I'm like, bitch, you're like 50 pounds and you just practically started a fight in public in front of all these innocent people. Like, where's the police at when you need them? So in the next scene, we see Natalie walk in with the newbie combo, the newbie trio, Big Lex, Dolly, and Summer. And, she just wants to, she wants to get to the root of the problem. She wants to know all the details. She's asking questions like, okay, Summer, why did you sneak Ahna? And Summer's like, Natalie, I never snuck Ahna. I looked Ahna right in her face and I clocked her. And then her and Scotty jumped me. Then Big Lex chimes in and lets Natalie know, my friend is there. She got 2 bitches in front of her face that don't like her. They're talking to her all types of crazy. And, she feels ganged up on. Like, how else is she supposed to feel? So then Natalie goes on to tell them, guys, we can't be fighting in public. We can't be fighting in the streets. We're going to get banned. We're going to get banned. And I'm like, why are you telling them that? Why are you here having this conversation with them? They're not the ones. They didn't just sneak somebody at a ice cream shop in public. You need to go tell Ahna this. Tell that little chihuahua that. You shouldn't be telling them that. These girls are just trying to play fair. They're trying to play by the rules. They're on their P's and Q's. But you telling them that. Why you what? And they're telling her the same thing too. They're like, it's not us, it's your OGs. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to tell them that too. I'm going to let them know too. And I'm like, I hope so, Natalie. I hope so. I hope you let the OGs know that, they can't be fighting in the street and, doing all this shit. Cause it really looks embarrassing on them. Cause they've been, on the show now for years. Multiple seasons now, and this is what they're doing. I would expect the newbies to be doing some shit like this, not the OGs. And then Dolly and Big Lex go on to say, we haven't learned nothing from these OGs. Like, they're not leading by example. And yeah, it sucks, it really does. Like, they're not leading by example. And, but honestly, at the same time, don't expect that from these girls, because these girls, they're not mature. Okay, yeah, they have more experience being on the show because, again, like I said, they've been on for multiple seasons, but these girls are not mature. These OGs, they're not mature. They're very petty. They're very childish. And, they're just back for this Zeus check. They're back. They're doing multiple seasons because they want to keep getting that Zeus check. Zeus cuts a pretty fat check. And these girls just feel entitled. They're coming back because, they like the money and they're just going to little girl you guys any chance they get. They don't care about putting you guys on game or teaching you anything or giving you guys any good advice or anything like that. Maybe Rolly might do something like that. Rolly might, put you guys on game and try to be like a big sister figure to you guys. I see Rolly doing that, but any of the other OGs, no. I don't see that. They just feel entitled and they just want to little girl you guys any chance they get because they're like, we're the OGs. We're the ones in the hotels. We're the ones on the private jets. We're not in the sprinters with y'all. We're on the PJ flying high. And I blame Natalie for this. Ever since this division, this divisiveness, newbies here, OGs, that like, it should have never been that. Okay, y'all are all on the same cast. Everybody should be in the Sprinter, or everybody should be on the PJ. Everybody should be in the same house. Not newbies in this house and the OGs were in the luxury hotels. No, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. This division between the baddies, this is why we have like issues like this. And I blame Natalie. Everyone should be together. So then we don't have people feeling entitled or feeling above certain people. And I don't know if it's really Natalie's idea or if it was Zeus's idea, but this ain't it. This ain't it. So then Dolly goes on to tell Natalie, you guys say, don't fight in the street, don't do this, don't do that, don't sneak, don't jump. And, we trying to play fair, but I mean, look at your OGs. They're doing everything that you guys tell us we can't do. And, why should we follow the rules? Why should we play fair if they're not even following the rules that, you know what I mean? That they're supposed to be following? Like, what's the point? And Summer goes on to say, Natalie, your OGs don't even respect you. And I'm like, Summer, clock that tea, because we all saw how Rolly was speaking to Natalie just a couple of episodes ago. Like, Natalie was her kid in timeout. And Natalie's just there looking at them like, yeah, right. And I'm looking at Natalie like, Natalie, I hope you're not just saying this just to make it look like you're listening. I hope you're really taking in what these girls are saying, because they're really clocking some tea right now. Okay, so I hope you're really thinking about what these girls are saying, because I agree with everything. I agree with everything they're saying. They're not lying. They're not talking shit. It's true. It's all facts. And these girls have only been here for one season and they already peep all the bullshit. So I don't know what you're going to do, Natalie. I don't know if you're going to have to get rid of some of these OGs or, well, she can't really get rid of anybody. Natalie doesn't have a say in who stays and who goes on Baddies. I think we all know this by now, but that's a whole nother topic for another video. So Big Lex has Summer's wig in her hand and she goes to her, you still want this wig? And Summer's like, nah, that bitch ripped my wig. And shout out to Big Lex, because one thing with Big Lex, okay, whenever Summer or Dolly are fighting and they lose a wig, Big Lex always makes sure she's there to grab that wig before anyone else has a chance to. So shout out to Big Lex for being the wig keeper. Get you a friend like Big Lex, okay? So yeah, Natalie goes to Summer, don't worry about it. Just come by my hotel room and I'll give you a new wig. And I'm like, oh, period. This is probably the nicest thing you've done all episode and the most productive thing you've said in this entire conversation with these group of girls. Because I swear you were just preaching to the choir. These girls did not need this conversation. Wrong group of baddies, Natalie. So they get in their sprinters to drive back to the house. But one of the last things that was said in the conversation was by Big Lex. And she said, I'm done sparing Ahna. I know she little as fuck, but I'm done sparing her. And I'm like, yes, as you should. Because first of all, Ahna talks very, very, she's really disrespectful when she talks to Big Lex, and like Big Lex does not come at her anyway. She doesn't talk to her crazy or anything like that. Yet Ahna is so disrespectful when she speaks to Big Lex. And number two, like, yeah, you guys need to stop sparing her because, she's not a kid. She's a grown ass woman and, she loves to run her mouth. And the more you guys spare her is the more she's going to think that she could get away with talking shit and running her mouth. So yeah, if you guys need to clock her upside her head, do that. Humble her ass a little bit. So in the next scene, we see the newbies and the sprinter on their way back to the baddie house. And the trio is really upset about what happened at the gelato shop earlier. And they're talking about it a little bit in the sprinter. And Nunu said something that stuck out to me. Nunu said that they know, the OGs know that Summer will get in the paint every time. And she's not the best fighter. So, they're trying to do their big one by picking on the weakest link. And I kind of agree with her, but I wouldn't say that Summer's the weakest link. I would say that Jasmine is the weakest link, if anything, because we've seen her get beat up by Summer a few times, but Jasmine's boring. So she's not trying to do anything or get in the paint with anybody. She's just there. She's like furniture. But you could tell she's still salty about getting beat up by Summer, because almost every time she goes in those confessionals, it's to talk about Summer. Like, do you got a heart on for this girl? Because, like, Summer forgot about you by now. So, girl, find a new topic. So, in the next scene, we see a montage of the baddies getting ready to go to the club. Yeah, Jela, there's nothing on that brush, honey. That brush don't look like it have anything on it. Big Lex looking cute as always with her pretty ass. And Ivory, that bodysuit is not flattering. I don't know who told her that looked good. And then we see Summer with the new wig that Natalie just gave her. And I think it's safe to say that pink is her favorite color because she is always in some kind of pink wig. So anyway, after the baddies get ready, they make their way to the club. So the baddies are all taking shots and Lex looks a bit tipsy, and she said that she's still angry about what happened earlier. And, liquor and anger don't mix. So I hope nobody tries her tonight. So then we switch over to the OGs and their sprinter, and they're just there talking about the gelato shop incident. And Ahna goes on to say, I tried to keep my composure. I tried to spare her, but she was just, saying a little too much personal stuff about me and Scotty. And, I really don't like her. I really don't fuck with her in real life. Like, it's personal now. And I'm like, ooh, what did she say? So the OGs back on their sprinter, they're just talking about Summer, specifically Jela and Ahna. And they're just, talking about her, mocking her, when Summer said, oh, I'm going to make sure I get into as much drama as I can. I insert myself in, everybody's beef, get into as much drama, as I can, and insert myself in everyone's beef and whatnot, because it makes the show. It makes the show. And they're mocking her, and I'm just like, yeah, Summer knows the formula. It might be her first time on reality TV, but Summer knows the formula. Because she did everything she said she would do. She inserted herself in, everyone's beef. She started shit with people, and now she is the star of the show. Every episode of this season, it was Summer versus somebody. If it was Summer versus Slim, Summer versus Jela, Summer versus Ahna, Summer versus Scotty, Summer versus Jasmine, every episode it was Summer versus another cast member. I think the only people she never got into it with was Rolly and Tasiki. Everyone else, she had an issue with Tinka at one point, like everybody, so yeah. She knows the formula. The formula worked for her. And yeah, she's a star. Whether you like her, whether you don't like her, she might not be well liked, but she is the star of the show. She's the star of Baddies Midwest. So then Jayla goes on to say that she was in the bathroom, I guess in the Baddies house. And I don't know how the bathroom there is set up, but she said that how she was in the bathroom and the newbies came in the bathroom and they didn't know that she was already there using it. But she decided to pull out her phone while she's peeing and record the newbies because apparently they were talking shit. And it wasn't necessarily talking shit. It was more like talking facts because Summer basically said that she makes the show and how when she's not there, the OGs don't show up, they disappear. And without her, they're nothing. And I'm listening to this shit like, girl, Jela, you could have kept this. Like, this wasn't even any, like, this wasn't nothing to come and report about. Like, this wasn't no, it's not like Summer was spilling some juicy tea on the OGs or anything like that, or saying something crazy. Like, the girl's just being braggadocious, okay? She's just bigging herself up like she always does. And like, this, you could have kept this. Like, this is what you this is what you took time out of your piss time, okay? Like, you could have just taken your piss in peace. Like, you really took the time to record this shit. Like, Jayla, you could have kept this, honestly. This wasn't anything juicy. This wasn't no hot tea or nothing. Like, girl, you can't do nothing right. You can't even be a good informant. Trying to be an informant. You can't even be a good informant, girl. Boo tomato. So the OGs arrived to the club, and I guess Natalie rode by herself, or I don't know if she rode with Rolly, because she's not in the sprinter with the other OGs. But yeah, Natalie comes on the sprinter when the baddies have already arrived at the club. And, she's just like, asking the OGs how they're doing, how they're feeling. Natalie looks really cute in her Stunner Girl inspired outfit. So anyway, Natalie has a little chat with the OGs. They start speaking about the whole incident that happened at the gelato shop. And Ahna asked Natalie, were you mad about that? Like, like what I did. And Natalie is just like, meh, I'd rather you guys do that than, and I'm like, oh, wait. Natalie. Now, this is why sometimes you deserve to get slapped, okay? Because you were in front of the newbies talking about, we can't be fighting outside. We can't be fighting in the street in public. We're gonna get banned. Oh my gosh, you were like making such a big deal about it in front of the newbies who didn't even start that mess. And now you're in front of Ahna, who started the mess, and you're just like, oh, well, I'd rather you guys do something like that than do something crazier or something more. And I'm like, what? You specifically told the newbies you were going to talk to Ahna about that shit that she did because it was unacceptable. You guys don't want to get banned from Hawaii. You guys can't be fighting in the street and blah, 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 blah. And now it's a whole nother tune. Like, and this is, oh, these poor newbies, man. These poor newbies. Like, it's really unfair. It's really unfair what you guys are doing, because you guys are really just letting these OGs get away with whatever. Like, it's a real double standard with these. Nah, man, that's not cool, Natalie. So anyway, instead of Natalie having a talk with Ahna about her classless behavior that she did at the gelato shop, she decides to just be another informant and, let Ahna know that, let the other OGs know basically what Bad Dolly and Summer and Big Legs said about the OGs not respecting her, not following the rules, not giving a fuck, yeah, and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, so you were so quick to tell them this, but you didn't want to have a talk with them about, how to conduct yourselves in public. Like, this is crazy. Natalie, like, she's no friend to nobody. She's just there for the mess. Oh, and Natalie made sure to let Ahna know that Big Leg said she would drag her little ass. She made sure to let her know that. So anyway, the baddies are entering the club now. Of course, the OGs go in first. Then the newbies and, the baddies, they start turning up for the fans. They look great. They're having fun. They're smiling. But, there is tension between some of the OGs and some of the newbies. So anyway, each of the baddies perform their songs. And then Scotty shows up fashionably late. I don't know what or who she was doing to make her come so late like this, but Natalie didn't like that one, did she? So then Anna the Chihuahua grabs the mic. I don't know who let her take the mic, but anywho. She takes the mic and she starts saying on the mic, oh, one of the newbies keep getting beat up. Shout out to my girls. Shout out to my OGs. We keep beating up these newbies. And I'm just watching this like, why? Why, Anna? Like, you pick a booking to do this shit. Like, you really took the mic to say this shit. You couldn't think of anything else to say. Like, this is so unprofessional. Y'all are talking about this shit at a booking. This is really, and she's the first one to call somebody tacky and classless. This is tacky and classless, Anna, because this is a booking. This is not the time and place, girl. Like, she was so whack for that. And then Natalie's dumbass, as she's saying this, Natalie's like, Kiki, with a goofy ass smile on her face. Like, no, Natalie. If I could have reached out and slapped Natalie through the TV screen, I would have, because bitch, you're the EP. You're the EP. You're not supposed to be picking sides between the newbies and the OGs. These are all your girls. These are all your girls. What are you doing? Now I don't even feel bad for, when Rolly cursed her out a couple of episodes back. I don't even feel bad. It was well deserved, actually. Because Rolly's right, we are all your girls. We all work for you. As Biggie said it, we're all your soldiers. You got to look out for all of us. This is not cool, man. This is so whack. Like, so whack. The newbies can't even come and do their job in peace without getting taunted by y'all. So anyway, a little fight happened in the club, in the crowd. Nothing new. This is kind of like a norm now at a Baddies booking. So anyway, Auntie Jela has a mic in her hand and I guess she is rapping. But I mean, I don't know why, because I don't know Jela to be a rapper. And Bad Dolly comes like to where she is, I guess. And I think they were singing Nuck If You Buck. So I guess that's Bad Dolly's song, because, she was like up in the mix, just singing her tune like that's her song. And, she's enjoying herself. But, they're like, oh, why is she here? This is like our side of the stage. Like and I didn't even realize that like they were divided. Like it's that bad to the point where like the OGs are on one side of the stage and the newbies are on another side of the stage. They were like, they were basically like upset because Bad Dolly was on so-called their side of the stage and not on the other side of the stage with the newbies. And I'm like, who gives a shit? Like, really? Like, why? Like, it shouldn't even be like this. Like, there's just so much division with these baddies to the point where you guys can't even stand around each other on the same stage. Like, y'all gotta be divided even on stage at a booking. Like, it's crazy. So anyway, Jela felt like Dolly was shoving her. Dolly felt like Jela was shoving her. They exchanged some words. Nunu tried to, come in between them and like diffuse the situation a little bit. Then Dolly tells Natalie, you need to get your bald-headed friend. Next thing you know, Jela hits Dolly in the face on stage and all hell breaks loose with the baddies. Everybody was fighting each other. Everybody. What Natalie say? Welcome to Baddies, everybody whooping everybody. Yeah, that's what happened on stage. Like, I couldn't keep up. Like, there was just too much going on. Everybody was fighting everybody. That's really all I can say. And what kills me is Jayla's grown ass had to be the one to start this mess. Not Dolly, the new G. Jayla's old ass. Summer gagged me when she called Jela a noodle pasta head ass bitch. Oh man, her hair be looking like ramen noodles anyway, so. Now y'all bitches are really out of line when Ivory's crazy ass has to say y'all bitches are embarrassing. I'm not hanging out with y'all no more, cause so half of the baddies got carried outside to the sprinter. And Natalie's just like, in the history of baddies, we've never had a brawl with the baddies on stage at a booking. And I said, well, Natalie, there's a first time for everything. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. When, first of all, you're the one encouraging the divisiveness. When Ahna was on the stage talking her shit, provoking the Newbies, you're there hee hee ha ha kikiing, when you shouldn't be enabling that. Guys help set the tone for the night. So, that's what you get, Natalie. And this is y'all's first time getting booked in Hawaii. Good luck getting booked in the future after this. Even she said it, this is going to be a big thing now. Yeah, it is. It's really not a good look, but, I kind of blame you. And this is why a lot of people will agree that Baddies South was the best season that Baddies ever had, because one thing with Baddies South, it doesn't matter what happened with the girls, in the house, if they hated each other, if they just fought, whatever. When the baddies went outside, whenever they were in the club, in public, they were one. They were a unit. They were solid. So, you guys can have y'all beef in the house, but keep it in the house. Don't bring it to the booking. That's one thing on Baddies South they made sure not to do. Not to bring their beef on the stage at a booking where they're supposed to be professional. They kept it in the house. But now y'all bitches just don't give a fuck. So anyway, the night is over. All the baddies are in their sprinters getting ready to go home. And Lex makes it known to Jela and Ahna that tomorrow she's dogging both of them bitches out. And poor Biggie is looking scared like, man, what did I get myself into? I am on the wrong sprinter. So it's the next morning at the baddie house, and there's paramedics there, there's ambulance, and it's a pretty sad and serious situation. The reason they're there is because Dolly had a seizure. Apparently, her head was hurting her. She took some painkillers, and I guess she didn't eat any food, and she ended up, she's in the middle of talking to Summer, and she just like froze. She had a seizure. And I have a lot of thoughts about this. First of all, why isn't there food in the house? I noticed like this is a thing with Zeus. This seems to be a problem. Like they always seem to have liquor and baddie blunts for the baddies, but they never seem to have food. You guys got to make sure you feed these girls. You guys can't just be giving them liquor all the time. This is the second time we've seen a seizure happen on this show. And I just think Zeus needs to just take better care of their cast, because it's a little strange to me, because she took painkillers, and I get it, she didn't eat anything, but Dolly doesn't have any health issues. Summer called Dolly's mom, and we hear Dolly's mom say on the phone that Dolly doesn't have any health issues. So for her to just have a seizure like this, just because she took painkillers on an empty stomach, is a little strange to me for someone who doesn't have health issues. That's just my opinion. So then we see Rolly at the baddie house. She actually came there just to check up on the girls and get the tea about what happened the night before. But when she sees the whole situation, everything that's going on, she is trying to be somewhat helpful. And I can appreciate that about Rolly. She's the only one of the OGs that actually gives a fuck about the new Gs. And I do, like, of all the seasons that Rolly's been on, I can say I like her on this season the most. Apart from what she did with Slim, I really don't like the way she treated Slim. I think she went a little overboard. But apart from that, I like Rolly this season. I really do. So anyway, the other baddies in the house are pretty worried for Dolly. The paramedics, they're just checking Dolly's vitals, checking her pulse, making sure she's okay. They bring out a stretcher, to put her on so they can bring her to the hospital. But when they carry her out of the house, they actually carry her in a plastic bag instead of the stretcher. I didn't understand that. It didn't make no sense to me, but hey, whatever. So Summer agrees to go to the hospital with Dolly, being the good friend she is. And this is where the episode ends. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. This was an eventful episode, and I can't wait to see next week's episode. OMG. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. It really helps. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video next week. Bye. Baby, go rise on me. My little baby, go right on me. Maria, Maria.